Hello and welcome to the Storage Commander Network. This is a brief beginner tutorial on how to create automatic rate changes using Storage Commander's Configuration Manager. Now before we get started, I just want to go over the difference between a rate change using Storage Commander's setup over here and the rate management through the Configuration Manager. The rate changes through here are pertaining to individual contracts and units, and that can be used on existing contracts where you can actually print out notices for them and let them know of an impending rate change. Now with the Configuration Manager, this will be configuring all the rate changes for new move-ins from that point on, depending on what circumstances you set that rate change for. For example, let's say that you have a facility that runs high in occupancy for your 5x5s and you want to maximize your possible earning potential out of those 5x5s. You simply go into the rate manager over here and select new item, and this will generally bring up the menu that you're going to be configuring the rate change for. So to complete this rate change, like I said, we're going to select 5x5s and we're going to set some standards for what we're going to want this rate change to be. So we're going to say 75 to 100. We're going to use a percentage on this. And the amount, let's say we want a 25% rate increase. And however simple that seems, I just created a rate increase that is automatically going to occur when my occupancy reaches 75% of my 5x5s to 100%. It's going to increase my street rate by 25%. And it's as simple as that. Once you go to Save Changes, any units affected by this rate change for future move-ins will automatically have that rate. Once it dips under the 75% occupancy, it's going to return back to its normal street rate that you already have set up in the program. Now that we have that set up, let's take a look at the opposite side of the coin and look into a low occupancy rate change. For example, let's say our 5x10s aren't doing so well and we want to increase their appeal to our potential customers. From here, just simply select 5x10s, and as you can see, the occupancy of my 5x10s are only at 14% right now. So we're going to create a rate change to go from 0% to, let's say, 45%, and we're going to do a negative rate change for 25%. Basically setting that up, it's going to basically include any 5x10s up until we reach a 45% saturation rate are going to be 25% lower than your normal default rate. Now once it increases past that 45% mark, it will automatically do a 25% rate increase to match your default street rate. Now that we've set it up, you can simply go to Save Changes and actually see that rate change into effect. Since we're actually inside that 0 to 45% mark, you can see that that 14% occupancy puts us into that rate change and has changed our rate to 25% less than the $70 here, which would be $52.50. So from now on, any move-ins that come in until I reach 45% will be at that $52.50 mark. One more way to verify that this rate change is actually in place is to simply go to your Storage Commander's screen, click Refresh, and then check on your actual customers and units. From over here, you can simply scroll down to your 5x10s, and you can see a little percentage here saying that these units are actually being affected by a rate change. So all units that actually come in for there will be affected by that change that we've just created. That will conclude our video tutorial on how to use Storage Commander's rate management inside the Configuration Manager. For more videos, please visit our website at www.storagecommander.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.